Not everyone's ready for an all-electric vehicle. The Volvo XC60 Recharge always has your back. No range anxiety at all. I'll explain. You might have heard that Volvo is taking electrification seriously. It already has two pure EVs, the XC40 Recharge and C40 Recharge. But many folks don't know that nearly all of its vehicles can be had as plug-in hybrids now, including this one, the refreshed XC60 T8 Recharge. Plug-ins can save a lot of gas. Depending on where you live, that can make a huge difference. I'm at a press event in Palm Springs, and this is what dinosaur juice costs in California these days. Other than a slightly different grille, the refreshed XC60 doesn't look much different. All of the changes are under the sheet metal, starting with a larger battery. It goes from 18 miles of all-electric range to 35. It nearly doubles, and that qualifies this for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. It also gets a more powerful motor in the back. But when you're shopping, be careful. The outgoing model and this one are both sold as 2022 models, so check the Monroney and look for the extended range. Older ones are probably gone considering low supply and high demand, but if this saves one person, I've done my job. The T8 Recharge starts at $55,345. Attention bargain hunters. After Uncle Sam chips in, this is $5,000 less than the comparable gas-only XC60. With state incentives, things get even better. Also, the difference in fuel savings over 5 years is $6,000 according to the EPA, so the Recharge is the smart and emotional choice because the hybrid powertrain has more giddy-up. The 312 horsepower 2-liter turbocharged 4 and the new more powerful 143 horse electric motor that powers the rear wheels combine to make up to 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. Typically, the engine doesn't fire up on start. The gauge cluster is clear and configurable. Got to love head-up displays. Different modes mean pure electric can be selected, or force the Recharge into gas and electric to max out the thrust, or simply let the computer do what it needs to do for maximum efficiency and simplicity. The Orifice Crystal Transmission Selector controls an 8-speed transmission. Pull back a second time and it goes into B mode for more aggressive regeneration. It's possible to charge the battery using the gas engine, but that's less efficient than plugging it in. As far as sounds go, this is what you'll hear when backing up. And once the 4-cylinder fires, the calm engine note. The 18.8 kilowatt-hour battery runs down the spine of the chassis. Gas and hybrid XC60s have similar interior dimensions. It'll charge overnight on standard 120 household juice. The gas engine always has your back, so it's less critical to install expensive level 2, which would drop a full charge to 5 hours. With the extra oomph, the T8 powertrain can really scoot, but you gotta remember, if you're in pure all-electric mode, it's not going to be as fast because the gas engine isn't assisting. Using gas and electric will get you to 60 miles an hour in 5 seconds. Electric only is perfectly fine for city driving. FYI, all Volvos are speed governed to 112 miles an hour, if that's an issue. When the engine kicks in, there's a little bit of growl. Now remember, once the battery is depleted, it just switches to a normal hybrid mode. No fuss, no muss. You don't have to do anything. As complex as the drivetrain is, it just works and doesn't call attention to itself. And Volvo's driving and handling dynamics don't get the recognition they deserve. This is kind of a twisty-turny road, and gotta say, the XC60 is handling it pretty well. Not bad, Volvo. There's loads of standard active electronic safety tech. Volvo's is exceptionally sophisticated. The semi-autonomous driving features work well, though not hands-free like Super Cruise. Volvo wants you fully present and aware. The air suspension works great. Ride quality? That's pretty good. Volvos are not soft and floaty. This is a good blend of comfort and sport. It's also quiet. This would be a great road tripper. I saw 34 miles of all-electric motoring before defaulting to hybrid driving. Charge every night, and that's around 12,000 miles of all-electric range annually, and no range anxiety. For those not ready to jump into a pure EV, plug-in hybrids are a great way to dip your toe into electrification. Yeah, you do have a gas engine to maintain. Oil changes are a thing. But I have a plug-in hybrid, and it goes 35 miles on a charge, and I typically buy 1 tank of gas a year. Seriously, because my everyday driving is done on electric. It's only for road trips that I use gas. And even when running on gas, premium is specified, by the way. The XC60 is quiet and comfortable. For starters, this delivers on Volvo's reputation for the best seats in the biz. Visibility is excellent, too. Obviously, to get the best efficiency out of this, you're going to want to charge it every night. But if you're driving on gasoline alone, the EPA rates the fuel economy at 28 miles per gallon. Average, which is not bad for a crossover this size. I'd say the closest competitor is the Audi Q5 plug-in hybrid. There's Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe and Lexus NX450h too. You don't need the Jeep to do light trail duty. This isn't intended to be as rugged as, say, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but the XC60 can go off-road. It's really not too bad. I had to do it in order to get to a nice spot to shoot this car. And here's the location. A nice change from cloudy Seattle for me. Volvo's cabins tend to be calming. The XC60 is no exception. The company is big on sustainability, things like recycled materials in the carpet and such. The heated and vented seats are a wool blend, and no, they're not itchy and scratchy. Actually, they breathe well in the Palm Springs heat. Basic stuff like door releases are hefty and satisfying. There's wireless phone charging, but as you can see, it doesn't always play out elegantly. It gets a little wonky. Sure looks good, though. The Bowers & Wilkins system is deep, rich, and powerful. If I had more time, I'd have lingered to listen. Volvo's Sensus user interface is gone, replaced by one that's powered by Android Automotive. It largely uses casual voice prompts, and it's pretty good. You use the prompt, "Okay, Google, turn on the heated steering wheel."
Got it. Turning on the steering wheel heater.
Which is kind of dumb here in Palm Springs. It's 95 degrees. One thing, Apple CarPlay is not available yet. Volvo says that there's going to be an update in 2022, but Polestar seems like they've been saying that for years. Plus, Android Automotive relies on a data connection that's free for 4 years. Afterwards, it's another monthly fee. There are basic controls, everything else is done on the screen, and with the excellent voice commands, buttons are a lot less important. The screen is a little bit small, but response is solid. SUVs like this get a lot of family duty, and there are the usual places to stash life's essentials. Are goldfish not essential? I'll fight you on that, especially if there's a hungry toddler in the car. What keeps this from being a first-class family rig is average space in the back seat. It's fine, just not expansive. Door pockets are tiny and the battery intrudes a bit, crowding footroom a little. There's no separate climate zone, but heated seats will please even those in the Arctic Circle. There are pockets on both chairs and enough vents for passengers to direct airflow. These don't slide fore and aft to max out cargo or legroom, but the cushions themselves are very well sculpted, just like the fronts. I drove here straight from the airport, and I suppose I could have stopped at Costco on the way out here, but c'est la vie. I'm going to use my luggage to test the trunk. There's a little bit of storage under the floor, including space for the supplied charge cord that's switchable between 120 and 240, but you won't find a spare tire. The air suspension can be raised or lowered back here. Lots of small details that help make life easier. No problem keeping your skis off the roof, too. At this price, it would be great to have remote seat releases. First world problems. It's quite a reach from the bumper. Easier to go around to the rear doors to drop the backs. That opens up 49 cubic feet of space. That's just a half cube short of the gas-only model. They aren't much different. Most of the time, this will be used with the seats up, and that's 29 cubic feet to fill up with travel gear. This is not super huge if you need a maximum hauling machine. It is awfully efficient, though. Let's move on to red light, green light. Green light. The extra power and electric range make the refreshed XC60 Recharge a much better vehicle now. A calming cabin, smooth powertrain, and balanced ride quality make this Volvo a great place to unwind. Still, the driving dynamic is more athletic than you might think. The Recharge's price is actually lower than gas-only models after tax incentives. Yellow lights? Compared to pure EVs, plug-in hybrids do eliminate range anxiety, meaning there's a gas engine and transmission to maintain. The back seat is comfortable, just not exceptionally spacious. Bring the family on the test drive. The semi-autonomous driving tech is solid, but not quite as sure-feeling as autopilot or the best in the biz, Super Cruise. Red lights. Being picky, eventually you'll have to pay a monthly fee for that easy-to-use Android interface. No spare tire, I'll always ding a car for that. And until an over-the-air update arrives with Apple CarPlay, that's a demerit. All of Volvo's plug-in hybrids get a range boost now, so if you need more room or a third row, there's the equally graceful XC90 Recharge. Plug-in hybrids are a great way to dip your toe into the EV world. There's no range anxiety at all. The only issue is you have a gasoline engine to maintain. With regular pure EVs, you don't have that. So there is that. If you're looking to lower your carbon footprint and gasoline bill, Volvo's XC60 Recharge is a safe, elegant, and guilt-free way to do just that. Many folks overreact to range anxiety when it comes to pure EVs. In my experience over the years, I find I don't need more than 200 miles, even on moderate road trips. Now, true, plug-in hybrids have the disadvantage of having to maintain a gas engine. Owning two plug-in hybrids, I can tell you firsthand, it's significantly less than a pure gas powertrain, since the engine only runs a fraction of the time. I change my oil every 2 years or so when the computer says to. And to those who argue that plug-ins mean hauling a heavy gas engine around, that's not an argument. An EV's battery pack that's seldom used to its capacity weighs even more. That's my quick look at the 2022 Volvo XC60 T8 Recharge, and I will leave you with a fun fact. It has to do with the front end. If you look closely, you'll see that the iron mark, that's Volvo's logo, has been redesigned slightly, and Volvo put a bunch of the semi-autonomous sensors behind that. Now, if you live in Minnesota or North Dakota, you might be worried that snow and ice will get on that and it will make those sensors non-functional. Nope, those Swedes, pretty smart. They also live in cold climates and they've heated that logo, so everything melts away. There you go. Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on Twitter. I'm very active there. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.